Goku and Vegeta adventure in space. In space. Congress isn't sure about the Saudi prince that's interested in EA. Get ready to hear all about your favorite book series from everyone who wouldn't read it when you suggested it. All this and more on Cutting Edge Hero Live. Welcome to Cutting Edge Hero! I am the Nerd King, Danny Stewart, your host for this and most episodes of Cutting Edge Hero, joining you live from the Nerd Dungeon, where I am hanging out with my co-host, Landon Felter.
Hi.
And Joey Stewart. What is up?
It must be Wednesday. Welcome back, guys.
It is a good week to be a nerd. There has been so much great shit that has happened this week. We will break into it here in just a second. But before we get into any of that, gentlemen, what is the nerdiest thing you've done this week? Landon?
Man, does setting my internet back up with a different provider count as something nerdy?
I mean, maybe like 15 years ago, that would have been like inherently nerdy. But now it's like, that's just everybody.
Because this time it was just a headache. I mean, it's always a headache, but it was an extra one today.
Is there a story there where you like, hey, I hate these guys, they suck, so I'm gonna move on to these other guys?
No, it was just more like, hey, these guys decided to raise the price twice, and every time I asked a question why, they gave me some runaround answer that wasn't in the original deal. And so I'm just moving on to someone else that'll hopefully keep the price low for a little bit longer.
Billy Rhodes in the comments. He said, I hope Grandpa Gamer can teach me how to install this RF adapter I got from Radio Shack so I can finally hook up my Nintendo my older cousin gave me. That's aimed, I'm Grandpa Gamer, right? That's aimed at me? Was that,
I think so.
Was
Grandpa.
that was a yeah. Thanks, Billy.
You're the only one here that is a grandpa.
Speaking of internet service providers and them being aggravating, I was having an issue with the sewer line that goes from my house onto the street.
Yeah.
Nightmares and Nerdscape says, is the Switch on game mode or TV mode, Billy? Anyway, so we were having this issue and my sewer was backing up. And so I called out Roto-Rooter to come look at it. And they ran the camera down there to see what the hell was clogging it, assuming that it would be tree vines or tree roots or something.
Mm-hmm.
No. Somebody ran a fiber optic cable through my sewer. AT&T or Charter or one of the other service providers didn't consult DigRight before they installed their cable, and they ran it right through my sewer line. So still waiting to figure out who's going to pay for that repair.
It's a bit of a shitty situation.
Billy said, I've been writing that joke for the last 2 weeks. It shows. That was a good joke. Hey, Joey. Are you and CJ the same person? That explains your shitty internet connection. Bottoms. But anyway, so yeah, that's fun. Joey, what is the nerdiest thing you've done this week?
I downloaded a game on my computer called Golf with Friends and learned how to golf in virtual world instead of out in the real world.
Billy said you got one of those sweet Wi-Fi toilets now. Oh shit. Oh, that's funny.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess I do. I probably have the fastest internet connection on any sewer ever. Good chance. Nerdiest thing I've done this week, I started Foundation on Apple TV, and it is for those of you not familiar with it, I don't know how many of you are or not, but it is an Isaac Asimov story from the 70s. It's a science fiction fantasy series. I haven't read a lot of Asimov. I think I've only read him in like collections, like bound collections and stuff. I don't think I've ever read like one of his novels beginning to end. So this is like my first introduction to him, but man, this series is good.
It's one of the Foundation is one of those books I've had on my shelf for like the Foundation trilogy is one of those sets that I've had on my shelf for like the past 2 years and have never even opened the book once.
Yeah. It's one of those things that like, there's a long list of authors that I need to get around to reading. And it seems like Asimov is one of them that I probably should have already bet on board with. But the series is really good. So I think that might be the way that I enjoy it. I hear it is it's very well reviewed. I'm still in the first season, so we'll see if I stick with it. But it's good cast. The story is well told. CJ says you can't go wrong with Asimov or Bradbury. I agree with that. Ray Bradbury is an incredible creator as well. And then CJ said bidet. I'm from Georgia. Hey, get a bidet and pressure wash your asshole like a real man. That's all I got to say. Like, don't be fucking around with toilet paper. What do you like sitting around playing with your butthole? Ben said, everyone shut up. The most important thing to talk about is the Apple TV deal Brandon Sanderson signed today. And it is in my news stories, Walt. So we're not going to dig into it too much just yet. But it absolutely is. You are 100% correct. But moving on from the nerdiest things we've done this week, you guys want to talk about some news?
Always.
Heat it up for us. All right, Landon, I'm going to fire those bullet points at you. Also, long time no see, our human relations specialist and fact checker extraordinaire, Ben Stewart, in the chat. Glad to see you back, Walt. Glad you're here. CJ said that statement might be the nerdiest thing I've done this week. And Billy is not excited about the Apple TV news. Well, Billy, that's on you, brother. Because I fucking definitely am. So let's kick this off with anime news first. And we'll slow roll this, but we'll get there, Ben. I promise. Hang tight. So it was announced this last week that they are going to be premiering the Dragon Ball Z. Ben says, I don't have to be up at 2 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm here. Glad you're here, Walt. And sorry you've been working all them long hours. I mean, you got a kid on the way. But anyway, they have premiered the next chapter in the Dragon Ball Super storyline. That is the Dragon Ball Z Super Galactic Patrol. So Goku and Vegeta are going to become part of the Galactic Patrol. They will be fighting evil in space, and apparently they go up against an evil space wizard. That is the main plot of the next chapter of Dragon Ball Super. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, or Dragon Ball in general fan. Those of you who no, never mind, can't say that. Haven't announced it yet. Never mind. Sorry, I got excited. We do have big Dragon Ball Z related news for Anime Con, and I'm also wearing our Anime Con silhouette hat tonight because anime is coming up in April, and it's going to be fuego. But anyway, you guys excited about a new Dragon Ball Z series?
I mean, it just seems like it's going to be buddy cop Vegeta and Goku in space.
I'm here for it, man. I've heard worse ideas. Let's be honest. Like all of Dragon Ball GT. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited about it. I can't wait. Let's move along to comic book news. Ben says, how fast can they drink a 2-liter bottle of cola, you think, now that they are galactic cops? That's a great question.
Oh, yeah.
In comic book news, for issue number 600 of Green Lantern, they have unveiled a new costume for Kyle Rayner. They are making him the main character of the Green Lantern comics again. He is taking the reins from Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. He's going to be the focus of the main Green Lantern story moving forward. David Nakayama unveiled his new costume on Instagram today, which I think is a pretty tight costume. It's definitely reminiscent of Invincible, I think.
Or Punisher.
Just looking at it, it's got a little Punisher vibe to it for sure.
In the middle, I get that.
Yeah. Ben 10-ish. I think it might be a little Ben 10-ish.
Yeah, I can't see that.
It's kind of like he's wearing the Omnitrix.
With the green with the white accents.
Yeah. The white lines and stuff. I don't know. I've always loved Kyle Rayner. I've enjoyed him as a character since the Emerald Twilight storyline. And it's interesting that he's lasted. He's kind of in that line of characters along with Dick Grayson and Wally West and Donna Troy for being a legacy hero that has, stood the test of time without being overshadowed by the more popular, what at the time was a more popular original character who they had replaced, and they're still around. And it wasn't just like why does this character still exist? Kyle Rayner is still very popular. Landon, what do you have in gaming news?
Oh, gaming news. All right. A couple of big stories here. Firstly, French unions have proposed a strike of Ubisoft offices after large-scale cost-cutting measures. Those of you who have been paying attention, Ubisoft has been closing a lot of studios, have been forcing people back into the offices, basically doing a lot of very unpopular things for their workers. And so the 5 main unions that are work within Ubisoft have announced that they plan on striking if changes aren't made. The strike is planned for, I think, mid-February, if I remember right. But yeah, this is just a response to poor leadership decisions, and they want to really show that you can't just do things without consequence when it comes to making decisions that affect your workers.
Ubisoft has been circling the drain, I feel like, for a long time. Like, it has been a minute since you've had a story about them that wasn't like, well, they shit the bed again.
They suck again.
Yeah, I do wonder how many more times I can have a story about them before I start saying, hey, they are filing for bankruptcy and are no longer a company.
It's wild. And it's wild that they've gone from being an incredibly they were known for, putting out good games at one point, and they are so far from that now. That it makes me really sad. Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite franchises, and I don't think I've been excited about one since Assassin's Creed 3. Like,
speaking of Nightmares and Nerdscapes, I think they would sooner actually shut down the whole company than skip a year for an Assassin's Creed release.
Yeah. I haven't played Shadows yet, but I also haven't heard anybody be like, "Oh my god, have you played Assassin's Creed Shadows yet? It's so good."
I mean, I've heard some good things about Shadows, but that just might be because that's so signal boosted because of the right-wing fallout of having an actual historical character that isn't that wasn't
yeah, they had a black samurai, and people were so upset about that. It's like, hey, no, this guy actually existed.
Yeah. They may burn down. Man, how big is Ubisoft? Do they?
Kelvin said, "Don't waste your time on Assassin's Creed Shadows." So,
do they have enough people to burn down a city? I don't know. I'm sure they do.
Look, if one cow can burn down all of Chicago, it doesn't take that much to burn down a city.
Fair enough.
Nightmares and Nerdscapes. CJ said the last good one was Brotherhood, in his opinion. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was. That's the one where you're
Pirates, isn't it?
No. That's Assassin's Creed 4. That's Black Flag. Okay. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the one set in Victorian England, right? Where you're the brother and sister team.
Yeah, I didn't play a lot of them.
No, that's Syndicate, isn't it? Which one's Brotherhood?
I don't know. I was never really that big of an Assassin's Creed fan. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, Brotherhood's the one where Ezio and Altair finally meet. Yeah, I didn't play that one. Unity. Yeah, Unity was the one in set in Victorian England where they were in top hats and assassin's coats. But
anyway, moving on. I'm so glad I decided to give everybody a bit of a refresher on Saudi Arabia buying EA last time we were on, because the Labor Caucus just decided to request that the FTC review the EA acquisition before allowing it to go through. This is finally, this was earlier this week. Actually, I think it was like the 23rd. Yeah, it was on the 23rd or something like that. So this is starting to get actual notice, and they are worried that this is something they're going to have to get involved in. They're citing that this could be so destructive, or at least not destructive, but changing and disruptive to the workers that are currently at EA, that they're like, hold on, let's pump the brakes on this and see like what all's going on here.
Yeah, it seems like this is pretty far along in the process before we start asking these questions. It was kind of wild to begin with.
Yeah. Well, there was like, I don't know, 15 other distractions happening around that time.
Yeah, there was a thing or two.
Yeah, there was just like something going on, because there's always fucking something going on these days. But
yeah, worst timeline. Assassin's Creed remote work, Ben says. We go back to the offices in Assassin's Creed 1, and now we work for Ubisoft. Billy said, I think Brotherhood was the fourth one, Assassins into Hood. And then Ben said, oh, sorry, I didn't feature it. And then Ben said, it's kind of like self-checkout at Walmart. I was never properly trained, but they expect me to scan all the 75-inch TVs I buy. Look, every time I do the self-checkout at Walmart, which is every time because I would much rather do it myself than have to talk to another human being. But also, I always give it 5 stars because nobody should have to work at Walmart. It's like, I want to review it very highly, and I want Walmart to be like, oh, we're doing a great job.
Everything's working perfectly.
I want them to be like, oh, people are so happy with this. Justin Quick in the comments said, hey, Danny and everyone, what is up? Justin, glad you are here. Kelvin said it's a bit too late to intervene. Saudi has a stronghold on much of the market that EA covers. Sports, it only makes sense until you can't profit from it. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. The crazy thing is with like EA games, I know that for the most part they just pump out sports games and people buy the next one every time. Like back to back to back to back. But EA has some pretty decent gaming titles as well, and I do feel like there's a world where the quality of their games descends so much that their yearly sports titles aren't enough to keep them alive. Now, I'm probably wrong. I don't know what the number they sell of NBA 2K is every year compared to, what they do on Fortnite or whatever. But it does seem like you can't just buy it out and dump money into it hoping that it will be good. Games do have to have a certain level of quality. Now, maybe not right away, but give it 10 years. Maybe, EA won't be valuable by then.
Nah, I'm kind of with Ben on this one. Like, I think that there's enough people out there that's just buying the next Madden, the next FIFA, the next 2K, that it just really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, they will just buy whatever they get, because for a lot of people, like, their consoles that they get are just a Madden machine, or they are just a FIFA machine. It's not like us where we might get like a few games a year and it'd be like a big purchase every time. For them, it's the new $60 yearly purchase for the next sports game that they just get their console.
Yeah. I am to the point now where I play a lot more indie games as they drop on PlayStation Plus than I do like AAA titles, or like I just got Spider-Man 2. Like I just got it and finished it. That game's been out for almost 2 years now. And I just finally got around to getting it. Like I'm not an early adopter for games anymore. There's enough dropping onto the like PlayStation Plus catalog to keep me interested without really having to dump money in new games. Now, that being said, I did just buy Expedition 33, but again, that game came out last year. It won, it swept at the Game Awards, but it wasn't new when I got it. I'm not buying new titles as they come out. But you're right, we're probably not the market for this.
Yeah, this is more so for the sole users or players of these games.
Yeah, and I guess the fact that they have the rights to the Star Wars games.
I mean, you were talking about Fortnite. All they got to do is dump in new outfits and new cars and new blades and new guns for whatever new game comes out. They don't have to dump that much money on it, and they get 5 million kids playing it every day. So they get money.
Ben said the biggest brain move they do is drop the price by $30 when the championship of whatever is going on. The Super Bowl will bring with it a ton of Maddens that have already been out for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of Fortnite, and this guy in my next news story is actually friends with the guy that created Fortnite, which is why his main character from the Mistborn series, Kelsier was an available character on Fortnite. Ben said Sabrina Carpenter skin, sign me up. Anyway, in a landmark deal with Apple TV, Brandon Sanderson has signed to bring all of the Cosmere to Apple TV. So what they are currently looking at, the deal currently looks like they have bought the rights to all of the Cosmere. They're going to be doing movies for the Mistborn series and TV series for the Stormlight Archive that will be dropping in the next couple of years. And I don't know about you guys, but Brandon Sanderson has sold or has been working on getting the rights for television production on his books and his series out for a long time, and he just has not found anybody he's happy with. And he's been very careful that it's going to look and sound and be the way that he wants it to be whenever it finally comes to screens. So the fact that he finally felt like Apple was the right place to put this, I think is pretty exciting. I think it's indicative that either Apple threw a lot of fucking money his way, or they've got a vision that aligns with his own.
I mean, if it turns out like Eragon or what's the other one? Wheel of Time that they put on TV, and
so that
just destroys everything.
So Eragon was a movie, and it was definitely in the Lord of the Rings era of fantasy filmmaking, and I just don't think they knew what to do with it. They were just looking for their next Hobbit, Lord of the Rings style story. Like they were trying to compete with Harry Potter.
They destroyed it.
Well, Eragon's not that great to start with, to be fair.
Shut your mouth.
It's just Star Wars on dragons. And I know that a lot of things emulate the hero's journey, but Eragon really does is an almost 1-for-1 copy of Star Wars.
So the Bible rewritten in every story you can ever think about.
No. I understand that the hero's journey is represented in a lot of stories, and that Luke Skywalker's adventures are the hero's journey. I get that, but they literally had blue and red lit sword blades. They flew their dragons that were their X-wing, but also gave them their Jedi powers. There's literally a Yoda character in the second and third book that has a gold dragon, but he's just a yellow version of Yoda with the ears and everything. Christopher Paolini wrote those books when he was a teenager, and there's a reason that makes sense. He was copying Star Wars. And that's okay. That's not a criticism. There's some really great Star Wars adaptations out there that are really fun to watch and to read. I'm not saying that's a criticism. I'm saying that they were trying to find a way to not make it is this just Star Wars on dragons? And unfortunately, when you take that factor out of the books and try to make a movie where it avoids all that, you've lost most of the movie. You know what I mean?
All right, Danny, that was a 5-minute diatribe about Eragon when we're talking about Brandon Sanderson. So
we are, but every time so Joey loves Eragon, and every time I point out that it is derivative of Star Wars, he does this. So, and I'm not trying to get that result out of him. I'm just trying to be honest with him. I'm just being honest. CJ said Apple's been killing it with adaptation. Lacey's Story and Chapel White were amazing. And he said Harry Potter with dragons. Well, there are dragons in Harry Potter, so you can't really say Harry Potter with dragons. But Eragon is very much. It's very much a an homage to like a fantasy version, a medieval fantasy version of Star Wars for sure.
You didn't like it. It's fine.
I read the first one. I think I read the second one. I don't think I got all the way through it. I DNF'd that. But anyway, back to the Stormlight Archive and Mistborn. So Mistborn is an incredible trilogy. It's actually 7 books because it goes in eras. Mistborn Era 1, Mistborn Era 2. They're fucking awesome. Brandon Sanderson cares. He cares about his fans. He interacts with them directly. He gets online and answers your fan questions and your fan theories. And he talks about like he's very invested in like fantasy as a genre and what he can do for his fans. And so in his mind, he wanted the series to be what he envisions them to be. He doesn't just want a cheap cash grab. He wants them to stand up to the quality of what he wants. So he's already been in the process of making Mistborn movies and Stormlight Archive series and backed out of them because they weren't aligning with what he wanted. So the fact that he has actually signed a deal, I think that bodes well. I think that means that what we're going to get is going to be good, and at least has the Brandon Sanderson seal of approval. And I think that means a lot. I think he gets it. Everything I see from him is that he's a nerd himself. He's a D&D player himself. He is into this shit. He's not just a guy who wrote some books and he's really more interested in getting fucking trash and driving his Maserati home. Like he actually loves fans and wants to give us what we're interested in. So strongly in favor of Mr. Sanderson's work. I cannot say enough good things about it. If you've read the Wheel of Time series, he wrote the last 3 books, finished it out for Robert Jordan, and those last 3 books are the best 3 books in all of the 13 books in the series, and that's because Brandon Sanderson put his hands on it. Stormlight Archive is right here. If you're not reading it, read it. Check it out before everybody else is telling you about how good the TV series is, because the books are incredible and worth the time and effort it takes to read them. So, anyway.
All right.
Strongly, I'm very excited about this. I'm excited about this because there's a lot of people that I've been telling about this series that are sleeping on it, that I know that when this comes out, they'll be like, oh my God, have you seen this? It's so good. And I'm going to be like, get away from me. But anyway, Ben said he's going to try to get cast as Marsh. That'd be wild, Ben. I think that would be wild. I'm into it. I'll help. Just tell me what you need. I'll try to make it happen. I did reach out to Brandon Sanderson's publicity people to see if he would come to Cape Con, but he's booked that weekend. So maybe next one.
It's probably going to be booked for a while after that sweet Apple deal.
CJ said, while signing autographs and talking about the craft. Yeah. God, I would love an opportunity for a cheap cash grab. Billy. And nothing like a little conveyor belt fantasy. I don't know what that means. I have to have that one explained to me. But anyway, that is everything I have for TV and movie news. I think, Landon, was that all your gaming news?
Yes, it was.
Well, I hope this news didn't just graze you. This has been the bullet points. Where's the video? Oh, he's super prolific was his point. Yeah, dude, he's constantly writing. Like, he takes a vacation and writes a novel while he's on a 2-week vacation. And then he comes back and he's like, hey, guess what? New novel. It's wild. It's wild how fast he writes. And now he's calling in. So he has so many stories he wants to get out that he has hired 2 other authors who he likes their writing style to help him, like, craft narratives where he kind of like gives them ideas and then like helps them shape it into what he wants it to be, so that he can put out more books a year besides the main books in his series that he's writing.
So he hired ghostwriters.
They're not necessarily ghostwriters, I wouldn't say, because I think he's publishing them under their own names. Like he has told everyone, like, this writer is going to work for me, helping me write Cosmere novels. And I think the idea is that while he does want to continue, CJ, I don't think they're ghostwriters. So while he does want to continue crafting the main Cosmere storylines, he wants to start letting some other people play in his sandbox, so that someday when he dies and he's gone, that people writing Cosmere novels won't go away. So he's kind of introducing.
So he's franchising.
Yes, he's franchising the Cosmere into allowing other authors to write in his world, and just kind of like, he's just making sure they're hitting the right notes and that they're within the framework that he has already built for the series, which I think is cool.
All right.
Billy, they're not ghostwriters. They just write stuff for him. No, they're authors writing their own books inside his universe. It's like the Star Wars expanded universe. They're not George Lucas. They're just playing in the Star Wars sandbox, writing great stories. CJ said, okay, he's a producer now. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, he's building something cool, something big, something expansive, something that multiple people can be a part of. Speaking of things multiple people can be a part of, the MCU dropped their new series, Wonder Man, yesterday evening. Ben said, but is everything they write going to be canon? I believe so. I think that everything that comes out in the Cosmere will have his seal of approval. And then CJ said, so it'll work well until Disney buys it and makes them all non-canon. And then Ben also said, because half the Star Wars stuff is not. Yes, legendarily, after Disney bought Star Wars, they just blanket statement said all of the expanded universe is not canon. And only the stuff that they decide is canon. So if you like it, it may not be real, but none of it's real. So it's whatever. Star Wars only exists in your mind anyway. But anyway, they dropped their new series, Wonder Man. They dropped all 8 episodes at once. It was definitely binge-worthy. It is an interesting series. It's different from what they've put out before. I was a little worried when I saw that their reviews and quotes in the trailers were from YouTube YouTube content creators that I follow, and I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess these guys' opinions are good, but no, they were. It was really good. It's engaging. It's a fun watch. It's light on the action for sure. There's like no superhero action in it almost at all, which that's fine. I don't need all of my superhero stories to be superhero actiony, but it does a really good job of setting up who Wonder Man is. It is definitely not a comic accurate origin story. It's very far removed from the origin of Simon Williams in the comics. But I think it still keeps the spirit of who Simon Williams is as a character in the comics. And yeah, I just think it's enjoyable, just as kind of like a look inside the world of Hollywood and how films get made, while also being a story about a superhero.
All right. I have honestly
not for everybody.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it until like today, actually.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 7. Say it was like a 7-ish.
Oh, that's
Out of 10.
a safe rating. A safe rating.
Well, no, I don't think I'm trying to be safe. If it was a 1, I'd say it's a 1. A
7 for him is probably a 4 for you, though, because he's into everything.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Joey.
I do like stuff.
You like stuff?
Ben said, though we are getting a Maul TV show, and that's cool. I am excited about the Darth Maul TV series. I want to see how that leads up to him being the leader of the Dark Tide? I don't know. The group that he ended up being in charge of at the end of Solo. God, I'm trying to keep up with the comments. They're rolling in fast right now. Let's see. Until we rewrite it as a comic book or original novel. Yeah. Ben said, it's just from a long time ago in a galaxy far away. How dare you, sir? Oh, he's talking about when I said Star Wars only exists in your mind. The expanded universe wasn't canon anyway, Billy says. That's fine, I guess. I felt like it was kind of canon before this. Ben said he's 4 episodes into Wonder Man, and it's a nice change of pace. See, that's what I'm saying. See, Ben agrees. And then Billy said, so this superhero show that isn't comic accurate and doesn't have action in it sounds great. Yeah, it can. Things can be different from what you're used to and still be enjoyable. Ben said, and for 98% of the MCU fans, they won't know because they have no idea who Simon Williams is. That's valid. He's an Avenger, been around since the 70s. He was in one issue, and then 10 years later, they brought him back. CJ said if it were a 10, he'd say it's a 1. Remember his Daredevil review? Dude, Daredevil Born Again was not good. And I will again say that. Daredevil season 2 of the Netflix series was the finest thing to have ever been put on film of all time ever. But yeah, Born Again, not good. Ben said it's way better than She-Hulk, and that's what matters. How dare you? How dare you, sir? Coming to my comments saying shit like that. She-Hulk was a 10. Hard 10. So angry.
I didn't watch She-Hulk because.
And then he said Simon Williams is a brand of paint. That's his cousin Sherwin, but
Sherwin Williams.
Yeah, but very close for sure. Anyway, I don't have a lot to say about Wonder Man. It's a character I've never given a shit about. The show was watchable. Trevor Slattery steals the show, as always. Ben Kingsley's just a fucking incredible actor. Check it out if you get time.
So just something different.
Yeah, it's very different. It's just enjoyable. It's a fun watch. And it's not, I don't know, he's not swinging from rooftops or anything. He just a dude trying to hide the fact that he's a superhero while trying to get into a film. And it's pretty good.
So, Batman.
Pretty good. Did you say Batman?
Dude tried to hide him being
How does that sound like Batman?
Tried to hide him being a superhero. It's Batman.
Oh, that's so many superheroes.
Right. It's all of them.
So many superheroes.
Oh my god. Every superhero.
How is it Batman? It was definitely Superman first out of
it's
out
all
of
Star
that
Wars.
group.
You get it. Go on.
It's all just everything you like is Star Wars.
Dick.
Anyway, that reminds me of we are talking about fantasy or fictional characters that we would love to hang out with this week on the hit list. So let's do that. Ben said, "Cough, cough." Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is bad. She-Hulk was so bad she got recast. That was a rumor. I don't think that's even been confirmed. Billy said She-Hulk had action and was comic accurate, so I didn't know if it was good or not. There's a lot of metrics.
Shots fired.
Oh. Things don't have to be that black and white. They can have all that stuff and be bad. There's definitely been some examples of that. The Dolph Lundgren Punisher film, for example. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of really bad superhero films. Both of the Ghost Rider films. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, bad. What? Ben's upset. So I think that for the time, Spider-Man 2 was good, but I certainly don't think that it's held up. I don't think it's. I don't think today I would consider that to be a great superhero film. It does the cinema sin that I think I hate the most with superhero films, in that for over 50% of the film he wasn't in the Spider-Man costume and wasn't doing Spider-Man things. Like,
well, he was doing Peter Parker things, which, to be fair, Peter Parker's still a great character.
But Peter Parker is Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, Tom Holland is Spider-Man, regardless of whether he's in the costume or out of the costume. But because they had to decide between CGI Spider-Man scenes or Tobey Maguire Peter Parker scenes, when he's in a Tobey Maguire Peter Parker scene, he doesn't do Spider-Man things, and vice versa. So over 50% of that movie, you're just watching people do normal movie shit in a Spider-Man movie. It's boring as shit. And then I hate that he lost his powers in it. It's again, I think it's enjoyable. I like this movie. Don't get me wrong, but I do have criticisms of it. And one of them is that it does that thing where in movies where they're like, we don't know what to write about this one, so let's just take his powers away, because that'd be dynamic and it gives him something challenging. Peter Parker's life is challenging enough. You don't have to take his powers away. You could have done literally anything else and kept him not struggling with his powers coming in and out while he was trying to do whatever. Like, I don't need Superman 2, with Tobey Maguire. So that's just for my money. I love that movie, but I think that, it's from a period. CJ, it's like it's enjoyable, but it's shit. Is this? Well, I gotta know. I have to know because I know you guys are razzing me. But is this the way you see every critic of everything? Like if you read criticism, you automatically assume it's like, oh, they must have hated it. They had criticisms.
Yeah.
Like, my God, what is your sex life like? You're like, oh, she either absolutely loved it or she gives me a pointer. I quit.
I've never needed
Like,
pointers.
You've never okay. A girl's never had to say, "Well, I actually like it better this way."
Nope.
Okay. Anyway, CJ said, "Not good criticism." How dare you? How dare you, Christopher? Oh my God. Yeah, no, everything's a 10. I love everything. I don't know why I even bother. Anyway, we are doing a hit list this week, talking about our 5 favorite fictional characters we would like to hang out with and why. Joey, do you want to kick us off?
Well, I picked one from my
Joey, what do you have
years.
for number 5?
And my number 5 would be Pinky in the Brain. You know, a little bit of wild there. You got the science genius and the crazy zonky one, and they always had a good time, and they always wanted to take over the world. So I think that's where we'll shoot for. We'll try to take over the world.
I think I could hang out with Pinky in the Brain. Now, here's my question, and maybe we should establish this for the whole list. Can you understand them?
Yes.
So you can hear the 2 mice talking, and you're like, "God, this makes sense."
Right.
Are you another mouse in this scenario?
Probably yes.
Okay.
To make things more interesting.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to be me and hanging out with mice. You know.
Hey, you should always be you. You're a good person.
Never.
Landon, what do you have for number 5?
All right, for my number 5, I actually have Arthur Morgan. See, Arthur's actually kind of an interesting in that he's not realistic, but not for the reason you think. All right, I heard a lot of conversation when it first came out about how it's weird that he's like pro women's rights, anti-slavery in this time, and it's like, well, the West actually did attract a lot of those types because these types didn't agree with society at the time. So going out west to get away from all these long-held beliefs of society was actually a pretty common thing. In fact, Wyoming refused to enter the Union if their women didn't have the right to vote. Like it wasn't uncommon to see like fairly progressive ideals out in the West at this time. But Arthur Morgan's kind of unrealistic because it's rare to find somebody who has all these beliefs at the same time. You know, it's definitely not uncommon for somebody at this time to be like pro women, but also pro slavery, or the inverse where they're anti-slavery, but also incredibly misogynistic. So it's rare to find somebody that is all these good positive traits all at the same time, even though they did exist fairly commonly out in the West. And what we would be doing? We'd be fishing. I just think it's fun. Fishing minigame is in Red Dead Redemption 2. Honestly, not that bad as far as fishing minigames go, and I just think it'd be fun.
How does it stack up to the fishing from Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past?
Link to the Past. Hard to say. Gonna be honest, never did the fishing in Link to the Past. I was just wasting time just to waste time.
I'm about to get piled on, so I'm trying to keep this thing moving. Let's see. Do we have any number 5s in the chat? Number 5 fictional character you'd most like to hang out with, and why? Nobody's putting anything up, so I will move on to my number 5. And if somebody throws some up, we'll don't ignore chat. I featured chat. What are you talking about? Let's see. What did I miss? Ben said he's not doing Spider-Man stuff because he's busy doing Mary Jane instead. Billy said the normies like Spider-Man too, so Danny hates it. Same old song and dance. Get fucked. Seriously. I know you're not supposed to tell your listeners and viewers shit like that, but seriously, stick a pineapple up your ass. Uh, and then Billy said, "If I know the critics as well as I know you, then yeah." I think I've featured all of your comments. Anyway, my number 5 comes from a book series called The Discworld by Terry Pratchett. It is my favorite character from this series, from my favorite book from that series, which is Reaper Man. It is death. I would love to spend a day just following death around as he collects souls at the end of their lives. He is a witty, sarcastic, dry, sense of humor, British version of death. And every scene that he's ever in, I just chuckle because he's so goddamn funny. And so I would just want to spend the day hanging out with him, honestly, and just being a wise ass alongside him. So that would be my number 5. Joey, what do you have for number 4?
Well, this takes me back to a movie I loved growing up and still do today. A man with a lot of intent, a lot of drive, and Inigo Montoya. So,
Mandy Patinkin.
Good man there. I think, we've been classically trained martial arts a lot. And we learned bow staff and sword, a lot of that. So I think I'd like to go in and learn the fencing lifestyle. So I think that guy right there would be the one.
You would like to fence with Mandy Patinkin?
Fuck yeah.
Joey's Jewish fencing instructor.
Hey.
Landon, what did you have for number 4?
All right. My number 4, I have Zagreus from Hades. Hades is a really good game. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend Hades 2 as well. But in the first game, Hades, he's essentially trying to escape the underworld because he recently learned that his mom isn't who he thinks it is, and he wants to finally meet her. That alone is already kind of an interesting just character about him, but like him being the god of blood in our world, we learn throughout the game that like what the lore of the game and what real life Greek god lore doesn't line up. Some of it's just completely wrong. Some of it is actually just stuff that they joked about and ended up as lore in our world. And that's interesting on its own, just trying to figure out what is and isn't like lining up from our world to his. But just he's this really soft-spoken guy that's like really kind, really witty, but also somehow dumb and witty at the same time. Sharp tongue, but nothing going on behind those eyes. But he's just soft-spoken enough that you forget about it. And then it just blindsides you with it, like, what? So I think just hanging out with him would just sort of be fun. And what would we be doing at that? We're fishing again. Now, fishing is the only other mini game in Hades. And he's always delighted whenever he pulls up a new fish. So we'd be fishing again.
Okay. Yeah.
I like fishing.
I didn't know you liked fishing.
I like fishing in real life. I like a lot of fishing mini games as well.
All right, we've got number 5s and number 4s in the chat. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Let's see. CJ's number 5 was Darkwing Duck. He said because he's a duck and a superhero. And I think almost every episode of Darkwing Duck, he was in the Darkwing Duck costume at least 50% of the episodes. I will also say our good friend Jim Cummings is the voice of Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
And not this last year, but the year prior, he was a guest at Cape Con, and we got to hang out with him. Yeah, super nice guy. Really enjoyed getting to meet him. He's also the voice of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and a million other characters.
Lots of voices from my childhood.
Yeah. Ben said this just has Oregon Trail dysentery meme written all over it. Billy's number 5, Panama Palmer. Pan Am Palmer, Cyberpunk 2077. We could have confusing, weird VR tank sex.
Yeah.
Hmm.
In part of the game, you control a tank with your mind, but it requires 2 pilots. You take it out for a joyride, and then while you're both still linked into the tank together, you have weird, confusing VR sex where you feel it from both sides at the same time.
Wow, that would be wild.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Moving along, Ben said Black Cat from Spider-Man. He is talking about the Insomniac PlayStation Spider-Man games. And I only know that because I know Ben. I know exactly what he's talking about. And then I think this is in reference to me listing Death. He said, you'll get to hang out with him one day. We all do. Yeah, but I want to do it like, and then, like go back to my normal life, not like be done and shove off this mortal coil. Ben
so
also
you want
said
a near-death experience.
Oh. Landon wins the good ass joke award for the night. Ben said, I tried to watch Princess Bride with my kids, and boy, did they get scared during the torture scene.
What, kids don't like torture scenes? I thought this was America. What the fuck?
CJ's number 4 to take a tangential page from Joey's book, another Mandy Patinkin character, Gideon from Criminal Minds, and we'd play chess and talk. And then Ben said Joey does fishing. Joey does do fishing.
I do.
Nice.
Ben's number 4 is also Black Cat from Spider-Man.
Oh, Black Cat from Spider-Man.
And then Ben said, Billy, can we have confusing real sex right now? And then Billy's number 4, Roger, American Dad. He would certainly be quite the character, and I guess we could, I don't know, go fishing, I guess.
There's only like a 10% chance you would survive that, Billy. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. And then Billy's talking about the weird Cyberpunk 77 sex scene. He said it's kind of like the sex scene from Demolition Man.
The mind link sex.
Gotta pop out real quick.
Yeah, pop out real sick.
Go pee, come back.
All right, cool. Oh my God, he's actually shitting in his office.
What?
No, I'm taking it back. He's not doing that. Anyway, my number 4. I think that's what everybody's asking for. My number 4 is Perrin A. Barra from the Wheel of Time series. Calm down, my brain doesn't work good. Perrin A. Barra from the Wheel of Time series. He's a really cool, kind of quiet, hulking character that he's very big and strong, and so he has to be very careful around everyone else because he's afraid he'll hurt them. And then during his time in the war in Wheel of Time, he learns to unleash his anger and be who he was born to be. And then he forges this big ass hammer, but he's also just a blacksmith for funsies. And I think what I would like to do is just hang out with him and like blacksmith some swords and some shit and just have a good time. Be where I would be with my boy Perrin.
Nice.
Yeah. I love the Wheel of Time.
I know you do.
You do too.
I do.
Yeah, they're right. I'm gesturing with the pointer, but all of the there goes my headphone. All the Wheel of Time books are right there. And that's a fun story. That is those books specifically, Joey and I read them both. That's how we read the Wheel of Time series, was those books right there. Let's see. In the chat, we've got CJ said off the rails. Imagine how bad chat would be if we were all in the same stream. Yeah, it would be off the rails. Ben said he's definitely having confusing sex right now. VR. He's definitely having confusing VR sex right now. Landon. Yeah, I'm for it. Landon, are you back?
Great.
Could you not add yourself back?
No, I could remove myself, but I couldn't add myself back in.
I can't hear you.
I can hear him.
Oh, I think my headphones. I don't know how I dropped them. Try it now, Landon.
Testing, 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Oh, I have them backwards.
Testes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I also said you were shitting in your office
Yeah.
when you walked away. I was like, oh my! As soon as your camera feed dropped, I was like, oh my god, he's shitting in his office.
Listen, it's my apartment. It's mine to do what I want with it.
He said, "Does CJ said, does he ever learn to release a mustache?" Holy Amish, Robert Jordan. And then he wanted to know, did you wash your hands? Robert Jordan just has that really sweet hat that is supposed to be Matt Cawthon's hat that he wore all the time. I don't know. I have one kind of like it. I think that like this part is too big on mine. Robert Jordan's was smaller. I have a similar hat to Matt Cawthon's. Anyway, my number is that we're on number 3s.
I think you already did yours.
I did my number 4. Joey, what do you have for number 3?
Back to another old movie. The character I would like to hang out with, just because he was cool. He did a lot of fight scenes. He hung out with a dwarf and a spellcaster, Mad Mardigan from Willow. So
I love how your image is signed by Val Kilmer.
I like that, don't you? I picked it up personally. Anyway, so I think we could hang out, drink, and I would really like to hear some of the stories that he started talking about in the movie Willow, because he leads into some things that you never really find out or hear about what happened. So, good war stories, good times.
Willow is one of those great films that you wish there'd have been something out of it, because it was like, at the time, there weren't a lot of good like fantasy series out there, and Willow was a really good one. And they didn't go anywhere with it until like, I don't know, what was it, like 5 years ago? They did the Willow series on Amazon that like sucked.
Yeah,
and it tanked almost immediately.
Destroyed everything.
Amazon does not have a good track record of trying to turn
movies into series.
Yeah, movies into series. Landon, what did you have for number 3?
My number 3, it is Red from the Pokemon games. See, Red's an interesting character because after becoming the champion of the Kanto region, he sort of really just traveled all throughout. Like, you can encounter him in multiple different games, fight him again as, like, the hardest fight in a decent chunk of those games. Like, he's like the optional Omega boss from a lot of RPGs, you know? How they have the final boss, but then hidden away is like a boss that's like 10 times harder to really test your might against. He's typically that. So it'd just be cool to chill out, see what he does when he's not fighting, and just see what like his usual training regimen looks to keep in like that sort of state. And what are we doing? I think you know. We're fishing. It's always fishing.
Yeah.
Man,
look at Red. Red, who's definitely not Ash.
Red is definitely not Ash. No, Red actually wins his fights. But yeah, no, just plus if I'm chilling out with Red, I'm most likely chilling out in the Pokemon world, so that's already fun as well.
Yeah, Red probably never caught hands from fucking Mewtwo either.
No, Red caught Mewtwo.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we have in chat? Ben said Nightblood. We would destroy evil. Fucking love Nightblood. So that is from Warbreaker, which is another Cosmere novel, but then also Nightblood then comes over to the Stormlight Archive. You should read them. And then Ben's talking about secret bosses that aren't the main, that are harder than the main boss, but aren't the main boss. He said like Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1. Yes, yeah. And Kingdom Hearts 2. He's the worst one, and he's the hardest character in both of those games. Also, if you are an Elden Ring player, there after you finish the whole game, there is a secret giant that you have to like jump down these like tree limbs and shit to get to off the side of this cliff. And he's the hardest boss in the game. And it's just a blue giant. Like all the other giants in the game have red like auras. Yeah. And this one has a blue aura, and he's the hardest thing in Elden Ring to beat. Yeah, I still haven't beat him. And I finished that game a long, long time ago. Billy Rhodes said, Princess Bean, Disenchantment. She likes to party. I would say Bender, but I don't know if I could hang.
I don't think anybody could hang.
Bender Bendy Rodriguez. That guy parties.
He does party.
That guy parties. And then Chris, CJ's number 3. How many names can I give you, CJ? CJ's number 3 is Invader Zim. And we're just shooting things. We're just shooting things.
Fair enough. Yeah. Just shooting
I love
things.
I love it.
Classic.
I'm probably stealing one of Ben's, but my number 3 is Kaladin Stormblessed. The main character of the Stormlight Archive, also a legendary sad boy. He takes clinical depression to a whole new level. And but he's still cool. And the most important thing is that at the end of the day, he tries every day.
He always comes out on top.
Yeah, he tries every day, no matter how bad of a day he's having. But just an incredible character. Kaladin is fucking awesome. Like, that is one of the coolest characters I've ever read in fiction, hands down.
He's got his moments.
Yeah, I would love to hang out with him. Just have some of rock stew around the campfire. Maybe talk about like playing flutes or doing whatever. Learning to fight with the spear with him. Maybe
that would be one.
Yeah,
and how to carry a bridge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely learn bridge carries. But anyway, that's my number 3. Joey, how about you lay a hot, steamy number 2 on me?
All right, I've talked about it before. He is one of my favorite characters from X-Men. That would be Gambit.
Oh, but I never make a name for myself up here.
Right. So he's good at throwing things, and I always like to throw knives and cards and games. That's why
you are really good at card throwing. It's wild.
I can stick one in a watermelon, which is fun. But yeah, I think we just sit around throwing cards and working on our accuracy and talking shit about Wolverine.
Ben said Kaladin, so there's someone more depressed than me in the room for once. Oh God.
Damn.
That's not a race you want to win.
No.
But yeah, dude, I'd love to hang out with Gambit, learn about stealing shit.
I mean, yeah, classic Steve.
Yeah, just hooking up with women you can't be with.
Try.
Yeah, just unrequited love for days.
Yeah. Yeah, never made it.
Yeah. Good choice. I like him. So how do you feel about the Channing Tatum Gambit?
I will fucking stab you.
No, yeah, just talk about it and try to only say positive things, or it turns out you hate him.
I hate Channing Tatum. I'll just say it.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Fuck, guys. I was being a wise ass and it blew up in my face. Who could have seen that coming?
Something blowing up in your face?
Ben said when I was a kid, Joey was Gambit in my mind.
Yeah.
But anyway, Landon, what do you got for number 2?
All right, my number 2. This is a character that it's more so about where we are rather than who the character actually is. So take this with a grain of salt. But it's really the farmer from Stardew Valley. Like, this is somebody who just, once they start a farm, they start just messing around with shit in ways that no normal person actually would. They see supernatural shit, they just go for it. Right? They find out that there's a whole series of mines that they could go down into. And instead of being like, oh, that's a neat thing that's near my farm, they're like, no, I'll go down there. I'll fight all the monsters. I'll mine a whole bunch of different fucking ores. I don't care.
What is this, an isekai?
Yeah. There's somebody who explores and interacts and does shit in the world that like no normal human being does. And like, I guess there's a small amount of just like, yeah, of course, the thing that happens to them getting a farm from like their grandfather that passed away and everything. Maybe that's the reason why they got the farm in the first place, because their grandfather knew, oh yeah, they love everything about this fucking place. Of course, they're getting their farm and they're getting in to move in here and everything. But really just exploring the valley with them, seeing all the different stuff that they do. Going crazy. Yeah, I think I'd go with the farmer from Stardew Valley.
Okay.
And what are we doing?
Fishing. You should have done fishing in the lava in the cave. That would have been a good picture, because you can do that.
I'm still waiting on him to say what we're doing.
He froze.
Are you still there?
He's hiding.
I was just seeing how long I get away with saying nothing. Yeah, we're fishing.
Yes.
Oh, phenomenal. I saw number 2 in the chat. CJ is number 2. Leto Atreides II. And we talked philosophy. So yeah, poor doomed Leto Atreides. He didn't last very long. Ben said, or Billy said, I lost everything in Stardew Valley. Interesting. Investing everything in my slime hutch. Nobody wants slime. Nobody buys slime.
You don't get the slime hutch to try to return a profit in like just selling the slime. You need the slime for like other things.
Wait, so you're saying don't invest in slime?
I'm saying don't invest in slime and acting like that's how you get the most money by selling the slime. I'm saying it's like investing in a forest, thinking selling the wood is the best way to make money, and it probably is. But you could also build a furniture factory that takes all that wood and makes it into something even more expensive. That's what I'm saying to do. Become vertically integrated in the entire supply chain.
Teach me your ways, money wizard.
This is the who was the U.S. oil guy? The guy that Mr. Burns is based off of. Like oil magnate. I'm forgetting his name.
We're
I can't help you, brother.
Rockefeller, right?
Mr. Burns is based on Rockefeller?
I think so.
John D. Rockefeller?
Oh, gosh, I can't remember. History knowledge is failing me.
Your friend.
Move on. Leave me in my shame.
Okay, yeah, we'll move on. I was going to look it up, but...
He was going to Google. Mr. Burns.
Billy said, but they said there's always money in the slime stand. My number 2, maybe my favorite, one of my probably, easily in my top 2 favorite fictional characters of all time. You guys could probably guess who this is just by my excitement about them, but it's Wolverine. And what would I want to do if I could hang out with Wolverine? I don't know, some kind of body swap. Could I just be him for a day? Like, that would be my idea of the best thing to do. Like, Wolverine could just be a normal guy who doesn't have metal poisoning his body and bonded to a skeleton, who he wouldn't have to drink 3 or 4 bottles of whiskey just to get drunk. You know, like he could experience what it's like to like get a paper cut and not go away immediately. I don't know. Maybe I could offer him something he's always wanted. Maybe.
I don't know. I was about to say, ask Peter Parker. He swapped bodies with Wolverine for a day, and it was one of the worst things to ever happen to him. And that's coming from Peter Parker.
That was Ultimate Spider-Man, okay? And that was like, that storyline was not friendly to Wolverine because he immediately tried to hook up with the 16-year-old Mary Jane Watson in Peter's body. Like, he was like, hey, I want to hook up with a teenager. It's like, Jesus Christ, Logan, at least let her hit 21 first. Wolverine's like, I'm only a couple hundred years old. It wouldn't be weird.
Age gap.
Anyway, Ben agrees. It was John Rockefeller that Mr. Burns was based off of.
Rockefeller.
Thank you, Ben.
Anyway, my number 2, Wolverine. Joey, are you ready to give me your number 1? You're number 1, please.
Oh, I know we've said this a lot here tonight, but I'm going to say it again. From the Stormlight Archive. Stormlight. I'm going to bring up one of my favorite characters, Renarin. I kind of really resonated with this guy. He was kind of the outcast, the one the father didn't really care for too much because he was on the weaker end of the spectrum. He wasn't able to fight with his stronger son, and he kind of, in the end, you kind of fall in love with this character as he builds through up, and then you see how he gets his powers in the end. And I don't know. I just think we'd hang out and be on the spectrum together.
Renarn's cool, man. Dig Renarn. CJ said, I sense bitterness in Joey's choice. What are you, Emperor Palpatine now? Billy said Billy's number 2 was Daria and Jane. I feel like we all would all get along. Yeah, I feel like Daria would be. Ben's number 2 is Batman, but Lego Batman specifically. I can get with that. Yeah, love Lego Batman. And then Landon, what did you have for number 1?
All right, my number 1. It is actually the Lamb from Cult of the Lamb. Hanging out with a lot of fictional cult leaders can kind of seem fun because oftentimes fictional cults are organized in a more, how would I put this? Somehow less psychopathic way than actual cults. A lot of real cults are terrifying, and most fictional cults, outside of like the ones that are trying to be as realistic as possible, are more or less kind of fun. A lot of them are trying to end the world.
Cults are fun.
Cults are fun, everybody.
Cults are fun. That's the Landon quote. That's going on a t-shirt.
Cults are fun, ladies and gentlemen.
So hanging out with cult leader is always a good idea, but the Lamb is a very tragic character, all things considered. Like, it is the last of its kind, and it is being its entire population essentially slaughtered because of a prophecy about one of them eventually coming up to end the current dominating religion. So it was the last of its kind, set to be executed, and at the time of execution, it was saved by the very thing that the religion was scared was going to end its reign. So, very, very sad. The new expansion that's coming out is supposed to give a lot more detail in the Lamb's backstory and like the history of its people and everything, which is going to be very interesting. And honestly, it just seems like it'd be a fun time. And sorry, my animals are being weird. And what we'd be doing? We're fishing. Why would you do anything else? Fishing is the best. Fishing mini games are the best part of any game, no matter how good the main gameplay is. Fishing mini games. Fishing mini games.
Is this the cult? Are you trying to
fishing mini games? Fishing mini games.
I think I would go home and fish.
God, I've never wanted to play a fishing mini game in so much of my entire life. We got some number 1s in chat. Speaking of cults and their leaders, CJ said Jesus, we'd hang out and drink wine. Yeah, that dude just like set him up with like a couple gallons of water. He'd be good to go.
He hung out with
parties,
prostitutes, bankers, and made wine.
Go to temples, flip over a few tables. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Let's see. Billy's number 1. Perhaps some would say the greatest fisherman of all, Captain Ahab himself. Ben's number 1, Vice Admiral Garp. What's that from? Freaking, I know what this is. What is that from? Hold on. This is something I like. My brain is just not helping me here.
Vice Admiral Garp.
I thought when I said it out loud, it would. Oh, fucking One Piece! Jesus Christ! Oh, Ben said One Piece. Yeah, that's Luffy's grandpa. Oh my God. I was like, brain, help me, please. And my brain said, nah, I'm good.
Nah,
Checked out.
figure it out yourself.
Billy wow. Billy said, historically speaking, Jesus was almost certainly a real person.
Yeah.
Historically speaking, no, he wasn't. I'm not going to get into this, but no, there's no proof of that.
Jesus was a real person.
Anyway,
I met him last week.
Ben said Bash
the
Fish and
takings.
handheld game goes hard.
Hell yeah.
Ben telling me what my brain couldn't. It was One Piece. Thank you, fact checker extraordinaire. And Ben said he definitely parties. Yeah, and he knows a couple of Jesuses. Fantastic. My number one is the greatest king of all, the leader of men. He gave his life for us, the king of kings, if you will. That's right, Aragorn, son of Arathorn, leader of the free peoples of Middle-earth, the first to bring his line back to kingdom, to take the throne in the sparkling city of is it Minas Tirith? It's Minas Tirith, right?
I think so.
Yeah. God, these are things I know for a fact, and my brain's not doing so
Brain
well
says
today.
no today.
I don't know why.
My brain checked out at like 5, so
I don't know why. I'm not really able to rely on my. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Dude, Viggo Mortensen. I don't know if you guys know this, but in Return of the King, or not in the Two Towers, in the scene where he kicks the orc helmet and he unleashes that scream and then falls to his knees in rage of the hobbits being taken into the forest, into Fanghorn Forest. Viggo Mortensen actually broke 2 toes, and Peter Jackson liked the take so much he kept it in the movie.
Yep.
Viggo did that for us. He
gave
broke
it
his
all.
toes for us.
He gave us bones. It's cool.
I don't know if you guys know that or not.
They do
No,
not.
never heard that. I've never heard that. Every time the movie comes up, I've never heard it constantly be blasted on any movie trivia channel or anything. I've never heard that story.
Good, then I'm glad I told you.
For me?
Yes.
I tuned
So,
out just a little bit. Could you
In
repeat it for
the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, the feature film directed by Peter Jackson, produced by New Line Cinema, Viggo Mortensen famously played Aragorn, son of Arathorn, also known as Strider, the ranger from the north, last of the Dunedain men, heir to the throne of Numenor. He was 80 years old at the start of The Lord of the Rings. I believe he's 82 by the end of the film.
Yes.
There's a scene in it in the Two Towers where they have walked many miles. They have walked so far, and I thought they were catching up to the hobbits. Mariodoc Brandybuck and Peregrine Took. They thought they were catching them, and when they get there, all of the orcs are dead, and they can't find the hobbits. And so, in character, Viggo Mortensen kicks one of the orc helmets. Now, it's famous that Weta, the design workshop, actually crafted real armor. They forged real armor and swords there on the set, so everything was actual like metal. And so when he kicked this orc helmet, which was actually armored metal, he broke 2 toes on his foot. And so he unleashes this scream of pain, which seems very real, very visceral. And it was like, wow, what a good actor. Well, he's not acting. He actually broke 2 toes, and the scream was real.
So shitty actor.
Peter Jackson kept the cameras rolling, and he decided to keep the scene in the film, which is just incredible because Viggo Mortensen just kept acting. He didn't stop until Peter Jackson said cut. He stayed in character. So
cool.
He did that for us.
Thank you, Landon.
What did he do for us?
Okay, so in the Two Towers.
No. 2. That's enough. See what I put up with?
CJ said Joan of Arc got lit with Jesus. And then he said, wait, that was for Jesus.
Got it for Jesus.
But anyway,
this
has been the hit list. Guys, what do you want to do on the next one?
Our 5 favorite fish to catch?
No. CJ said
Hold on.
New Line Cinema also brought us films like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Nightmare on Elm Street. Fun fact. Yes, they did.
I got an idea.
What?
Okay.
This is just totally personalized for everybody here. So, like, hear me out on this.
Is it this?
Yes, absolutely. That's it. I don't know what I'm going to bother saying. No. For each of you, what is the 5 things that you can just absolutely info dump on?
I just got it like the top 5, right?
Yeah, the top 5. And go ahead and put like a paragraph or 2 in your comment. Just to let us all know just how much you can info dump on it.
Yep, I can do my 5 favorite things I can info dump on. And here's what I would say. While we're presenting them, start info dumping. And then you can go until we make you stop. Per thing. Per thing. Now, Billy's going to have to type his up ahead of time. Oh, here's what Billy can do. He can email his info dump to you. And then you can read it, and we'll cut you off.
Okay.
No, that seems like a really bad idea. We'll have to have everybody like phone in. We'll open a phone line. Oh my God! I'll create a Google phone number that we can put on the screen for the episode, and our fans can call in, and we can put them on hold and let them on for their number 5s through 1.
That might take a while.
Does that seem like a bad idea? It's probably a bad idea. But I know that Billy at least would like to start a conversation on our show with like longtime listener, first time caller, just to set the segment off.
We could give him a spot on the screen for a little bit.
We could do that for
Even
everyone.
camera.
Yeah, you're right. Just have everybody in like down here, and I'll bring them up for their.
Bring him up, right?
Yeah, just one at a time. We just pop up and go away.
Right. I think it's good.
Yeah, we got room.
Tech
Go
guy, he
up
can
to
set
4
that
people.
up. Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm not even on the screen for that. What's this one do?
You broke it.
We want to go here.
There you go.
Let me go here. Okay, Okay, so for our next hit list, it is the 5 things you can info dump on. Your top 5 things you can info dump on. Your 5 favorite things you can info dump on.
It's going to be a long, drawn out nerd fest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Can I bring like
I don't know
things
what your
to, like,
hands are
show?
doing right now.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
What, you want to bring like a timer or something?
No, like examples of things.
You want to do show and tell?
Like I can hold things up and be like, okay, this does this, and this is that, and this is So I can just info dump until you guys get tired of seeing whatever the hell I'm talking about. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna do it.
Ben said top 5 things you can dump on.
Somebody's
Billy
chest.
said, "Yeah, that'll be an email one."
Somebody's feet.
Ben said, "Danny about to go off about some guy in the Twin Towers breaking some toes." Ow. Got it. That's attached, you fucker. Billy said, "Your 5 favorite hit list subjects." Ben said 5 fictional people you'd like to go fishing with. What's the name of that red monster from Looney Tunes? Herman, big like red hair monster. That'd be my number 1 phallic cartoon character for sure. But anyway, this has been the hit list. Wait, where's the thing? God, we need
find the button.
The new guy needs to be here for this. That does it for the show this week. I want to say thank you to everyone that turned up in the comments. Thank you guys for your list. Thank you for your interaction. Thanks for being here. I love you guys more than Landon or Joey love you.
Probably.
Joey, you want to say anything to the nice folks?
Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with us. I'm starting to really enjoy it. So keep coming and keep watching.
Starting to really.
Let me stab you.
The first part?
You want me to take your nipple off?
No, I need him. How will I feed my babies? Landon, what do you got to say?
To all the lovely viewers out there, just as always, thanks for watching us. You know, you are the part that actually makes this a show. If you didn't come in and log on and see us and take the effort to actually put us on, even if we're just in the background, we would not be a show. We would be three guys talking to the walls. And while we probably would still be perfectly willing to do that, you all are the people that make us not as crazy. So thank you.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for being here. You've been great, and we've been Cutting Edge Hero.
See y'all.
Bye.